My name is Joseph Gonzalez.
My name is Armani.
Hi, my name is Steven.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and in this presentation, my group and I will be explaining how poverty and mental facilities hurt poor mentally ill patients using Buffalo Psychiatric Center and the movie The Joker.
The next clip shows how Arthur was treated throughout his daily life before he became the notorious Joker.
Laughter and joy to the world.
Stop them!
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
What's so funny? Freak!
Arthur Fleck, also known as the Joker, lives in Gotham City with his so-called mother, Penny Fleck. When he was a child, both him and his mother would be harmed by her abusive boyfriend. Arthur suffers from a disorder that causes him to uncontrollably laugh at inappropriate times. He gets his medications through social services. His mother, who is mentally ill, used to work for a man by the name of Thomas Wayne, the father of Bruce Wayne, who is known as Batman. Penny would always tell Arthur that his biological dad was Thomas Wayne. We soon find out later in the movie that her statement was false and that Arthur was actually adopted.
Some mentally ill people who get treated awful either use their painful past to hurt others or they use their painful past to teach others their experience and what they did to overcome it. For example, in the movie The Joker, Arthur tried to make the people around him smile and laugh. Despite his past, he tried to come up with jokes, dress up as a clown, and go help entertain young sick children in hospitals. Arthur felt that he had not made any connections and had no purpose in the society that we live in now. You need connections and a purpose to feel like you matter or people won't respect you at all. Now, if you look at the picture, in the left, that's how Arthur used to look, and then in the right, that's when he turned into the Joker.
So the next part of the slide, we're going to talk about the Buffalo Psychiatric Center. The Buffalo Psychiatric Center is pretty much the newly updated psychiatric center before. Previously, you had the Buffalo State Asylum for the Insane, which is the very beautiful building that is like right next to it. And the difference between these are the architecture style. So the Buffalo Psychiatric Center was designed with the brutalist architecture style, which is basically meant for people to be in and out. And they technically just focus on mental health and stock treatment. So basically, this building was built just to make it a place to go in and out, but not only is it just to serve that purpose, but this building also serves they have many sorts of services. They have outpatient services, inpatient services, residential services, and vocational services, meaning this is a building which was built to pretty much be in and out, but yet they keep people here as inmates if they have to stay for a week or so, or if they just have to go in and out. They also offer residential if you want to live in the center. And basically, this was not a place designed to keep people long enough. This is a place where you don't want to stay here long. You want to be in, you want to go out, and boom. So the Buffalo State Asylum for the Insane. The architecture style for this beautiful building is the Richardsonian Romanesque. So the point of this building was technically to make people, the patients feel like they were at home, to feel like they were a part of the environment and, society. So the purpose of this building, the design of the building, as well as the restorative grounds designed by the famous landscaper designer Frederick Law Olmsted, was intended to complement the innovations in psychiatric care practice at this facility. The V-shaped design consisted of the central tower building with 5 buildings flanking on each side, connected by curved corridors branching out in a flock of geese formation. The design was representative of what was then known as the Kirkbride system, named after the physician who developed it. As a stage of development in the classification and treatment of mental illness, Kirkbride's system was designed with a central administration building flanked by patient wards in a V formation. This enabled patients to be gathered according to the type and level of their illness. The rooms were arranged along both sides of the corridor, and the buildings were designed for maximum light, ventilation, and privacy, and a home-like atmosphere.
Mentally ill patients who tend to live in a poor, chaotic environment tend to feel unwelcome and viewed differently by those around them. Most of the time, civilians tend to avoid interacting with people who are mentally ill because they are unaware of what they might do. For example, in the movie The Joker, Arthur was ignored and pushed aside by society due to his mental health condition. Most of the time, mentally ill patients feel misunderstood, mistreated, lonely, and abandoned when they don't create connections with others. Throughout the movie, Arthur had multiple therapy sessions with his therapist in which he always attended. For a while, his medications and therapy sessions were covered for him. Eventually, the building in which Arthur attended his therapy sessions was then shut down due to economic issues. After the building shut down, Arthur was unable to receive the help he needed to feel better. Since Arthur didn't have a stable job, he had no money to get the medication he was receiving, which complicated his progress of feeling better. In the following clip, you will see how the Joker portrays how he feels about society treating a mentally ill patient using a knock-knock joke.
How about another joke, Ray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get
I don't think so.
when you cross
I think
a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
Call the police,
I'll
man.
tell you what you
Call
get.
the police.
Get what you fucking deserve.